So in-person anything is halted or even shut down for now. But believe this, when everything does come back, it won't be the same. So how do you prep? What do you do? Today, I'm sharing with you how you can convert your downtime and the economic slowdown into money in your pocket. Stay tuned. I will be right back. Hey everyone, how you doing? I'm Carol J. Dunlop, your online wow strategist and two-time Amazon best-selling author. I hope you're doing well today. I hope that you're really staying safe and adhering to the guidelines from the CDC, which is where I get my information from because they are the infectious disease control people, and they let me know what I need to do, and I am doing that as much as possible. I am washing my hands, and actually I can hear it in my brain doing the ABCD EFG thing all the way twice. I'm really concentrating on, cleaning the germs off. Actually, I go back to, I used to be a candy striper years and years ago, and they taught us the correct way to wash your hands. And it does take, what do they say, 30, 60 seconds or so? But it does take longer than just a quick under the water and go. We got to get some soap in there, and you don't necessarily have to use hand sanitizer all day. The thing about the hand sanitizer is you want to use it if you don't have soap and water. But if you don't have hand sanitizer, get to a place where you can do some soap and water. So that's my little that's my little announcement for today. But in all seriousness, I want you to be safe because this is really nothing to play around with. It's not a gag. It's not some conspiracy theory. It is the real deal. Do you feel like you're living in a movie or can't wake up from a dream? That's how I feel. So what else can we do but just live with it, make the best of it, and do what we can? I was actually watching a live this morning from Lamar Tyler of TSP Live, and this rang out to me because I woke up this morning with a spiritual download. This was information I was going to share, and this kind of rang out for me. He said that he asked a question, will wealth leave your hands or come to your hands in this time? Will wealth leave your hands or will it come to your hands? So I'm here to tell you there are a lot of businesses that were created in the recession, in the downtime, when everybody was down and out and not thinking they could make any money. Big things have come about during those times. Always, because, we're humans. We're made to adapt and we're made to excel. So it's all up to you. So today we're going to talk about 3 ways that you can make use of this downtime, start making use of money so that when it comes back time for you to go back to your job or do whatever you got to do, you have some choices. Because if you are recently, I want to say like displaced worker, where you have a job but they say, okay, now you got to work from home, and now you're setting up everything so you can work from home and make your money that way, you're not going to want to go back to in person with the job thing. You're probably going to want to stay at home. I'm telling you, when you got that freedom, you don't want to let it go. But maybe you didn't have a choice in this, and maybe you're someone like a barber or a stylist or a server, and you don't even have a job now. Well, you have a job, but you can't make money, and it's going to be 2 to 3 weeks or longer before you can get back to work. These are some things that you can do. So let me get into it right now. There we are. So this is turning downtime into money-making moments. So the first thing I want you to do when you're talking about turning your downtime into money-making moments is to, let me make sure that, audit your social media. What do I mean by that? I mean, I want you to look at your social media platforms, all the places that you post on, and I want you to kind of look at your messaging. Because if you're just a regular person, you haven't started a business right now, you've been using social media for fun, let's flip that and use social media to start making you some money. But first of all, you've got to figure out your messaging. What are you saying to these people who are following you? Whether it's one person or 100 people or 100,000 people, because there are plenty of people out there right now who haven't even created their personal brand, but they got a lot of people following them. So let's make use of those followers. Those followers can be worth money to you. So let's clean up your message and what are you telling them. So that means, first of all, you got to figure out what are you trying to sell them? What are you trying to help them do? What is the problem that you can solve for them? And I saw this great website from, her name is Danielle Leslie, I think it is. She created course from scratch, and chick has been just like going like wildfire with this thing, and she sold over, I think she said she sold over 1 million courses, and she made over $1 million this year. I can't remember, but 1 million. Come on, 1 million. Come on now. So anyway, her thing is all about creating your course, selling it, and making money. She's had people that have made $50,000 with their courses, $30,000, $100, $100,000. I mean, big money. And it all involved them figuring out what their story was or what they were good at so that they could repurpose it and sell it to the people who were looking for it. So what is it that you're going to sell to people? Now, I have to tell you something. You know, you go back to the Bible, and when Jesus was out there, he said, if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for the day. But if you teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. So I say that to say this. Don't just sell people something that they're going to buy one-off this time. They may not buy it next time. Teach them how to do something. What can you teach people how to do? Think back in your life. What are the things that you've overcome? Have you overcome domestic violence, for instance? And you know, wow, I saw that coming. There were a few red flags, and if I had just listened to my inner self and those red flags, I could have been out of this sooner. Have you thought that? Or maybe you want to start a child care business, but you don't want to be bothered with them children, because dealing with children all day, every day is something else. But maybe you have a unique technique that's going to help others. Maybe you've already been involved with the children and you want to get rid of them and you don't want to do this anymore. Teach people how they can do it. You know, teach people how they can do something. What is it you can teach people how to do? And when you're looking at that, you got to look at your social media. Let's get that stuff cleaned up. Let's talk about your messaging. First of all, you got to audit that thing and clean all that dirty stuff out. If you've been talking about how drunk you've been, or you got pictures of when you were, hanging from the ceiling and all that, anybody who wants to invest with you as a business and wants to use you, they're not going to want to see that stuff. So clean all that up. Look at your content. Your messaging, your content. What kind of pictures are you posting? What are you saying? If you've been unusually abrasive and that's not you, maybe you're wanting to help people feel better, you want to make people feel positive, clean all that negative stuff up. And then think about the tone that you're setting with the posts that you're putting out there. So remember, we're going from, hey, I'm just on social media to be on social media mode to, hey, I'm a business owner, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm going to be selling you something. Who are the people that you buy from? What are they like? What is their messaging like? What does their content look like? Emulate those people, and you will be successful. Now, this stuff is just the tip of the iceberg, but it's to get you started thinking. We can't build Rome wasn't built in a day. We can't build a whole business in a day, but I want to do this to get you thinking. All right, the next thing you need to do is update that website. So if you're not a business owner or entrepreneur right now, you probably don't have a website. But if you are, and you're ready to really make use of this downtime, and I'm talking about not only your downtime, if you are a corporatepreneur, which means you have a business on the side and you work for a corporate company, but maybe you are a person who's working in one of those server positions. I mean, I was a server for years, so I know exactly what it's like to have to rely on tips to make a living. If you're a stylist or a waitress, call them servers or whatever, and you have that where you're depending on tips, but you have something else going. Maybe you're selling jewelry, or you do hairstyles or something like that. Then you should have a website, right? And if you have a website, your website's got to be up to date. Nobody wants to look at outdated information or content, and they don't want to look at something that you're not even doing anymore. So if you have a store, for instance, and you're selling some things, you've been kind of selling it, not really selling it, whether it's Shopify, whether you turned your WordPress site into a store, did you know you could do that? Yes, you can. Or whether you're on Etsy or something, you need to update those listings, make sure everything looks good, make sure your pictures look good, they're clear and concise, make sure your descriptions are like, I don't want to say binge worthy, but they're yummy, and I want to, just from reading this description, I want to hit that buy button, because even though people are at home right now because they can't work at their job, their employers have sent them home to work from home, they're getting paid, so they got money. They might not be in the same position where they're a server or something and they can't make money. They're getting money, especially the schools, the school teachers. I just talked to one of my clients today. She's at home, but she's getting paid. So people have money. Don't let them fool you, and they will buy from you if you have the solution that they want. So make sure that your your website is up to date. If you have a membership program, make sure that thing is working. Can people log in? Can they get the information? Can they download whatever they need to download? Can they get the ideas that you want to get across to them? Make sure it's working. What about your opt-ins and your offers, the stuff that you're actually selling, or the opt-in or lead magnet that you have that leads people to get on your list? Make sure that thing is working. If you haven't looked at your website in like over a month, it's time to go visit it right now. After you get finished looking at this, go look at your website and see what's out of date. Look at the copyright on the bottom of the website. Does it say 2003? And you've been in business all this time, 2003, come on now, change that thing. Nobody wants to look at a website and like, God, they haven't even changed it since 2003? That is so out of date right there. So make sure you get your website updated. All right, the final thing, number 3. This is how you're really going to make some money. I want you to create a 5-day challenge. And you may go, Carol, what are you talking about? A 5-day challenge. Remember I was talking about you have to know what problem your audience wants to solve, and they're looking at you to help them solve it. So create that. What is the problem that your audience wants to solve? And once you get that, it's going to take you a couple hours to figure it out, maybe asking some questions. I want you to divide it into 5. Let me move over this way. Sorry, five sections. Whatever that one problem is, it has 5 pieces to it. And these are the 5 answers that you're going to give people. And then for each of those days, I want you to start a 5-day challenge, and you answer problem number 1 on day 1, problem number 2 on day 2, and so forth. Number 3 on day 3, number 4 on day 4, and number 5. That's the 5th day, the last day. This is when you bring it all together and tell them, hey, if you really want to solve this problem, if you really want to get ahead of this, then you need to come in and work with me. So I went from, I'm just starting this thing out to, oh my God, I got a product, and it's so simple. It's really not hard. Let me give you an example. Suppose that you don't even have a business right now, but you have a lot of people following you. Let's say you got like 1,000 people following you. That's a good number. You got 1,000 friends on Facebook. That's not hard to get, right? But all of these people are following you for a reason, and you go live all the time, and you're funny, and people love the content that you put out there, and you say, hey, what if I were to show you how you could go live and do the same exact thing that I'm doing and make money with it? But what I want to do is to show you how you don't have to be afraid of going live. And people go, yes. So that's a key thing. Ask them. Seriously ask them. So then they go, oh, yes, I'd be interested. And you come back and say, hey, I'm going to do a 5-day challenge on showing you how to go live with purpose. And they go, okay. So what are the 5 things that slows people down when they're starting to go live? Maybe they don't have the right equipment. They don't know what equipment to use. They don't know what to talk about. They don't know how to set the live up. And it's really simple because all you do is go live from your phone, right? Maybe another thing is they don't know how to engage the audience. And then the 5th day would be putting all the stuff together. So in 5 days, you're teaching them how to engage an audience, how to come up with subjects, how to figure out what equipment you use, how to actually conduct the live. And then at the end, you're telling them, hey, you can do this because people are waiting for your information to put it out there. And then what do? Well, you use that website link that you have, and you have it connected up to PayPal, right? And you say, hey, I want you to go to this link, and I want you to go to this link and purchase this. And you could do it for really cheaply if you're trying to start out, like $47. Do not go lower than that, right? Because you're going to tell these people the program that you're going to use. It could be $47 they're paying for a session with you, a 1-hour session. Now, this is just because you're getting started. A 1-hour session with you. They're getting a cheat sheet, and they're getting maybe 2 audio recordings to step them through, and then you'll go through the actual live presentation with them. You're the audience. You're pretending that you're the audience, and they're talking to you. Who would want to do that? Come on. I might have to do that myself. Oh, my goodness. Let me. No, I'm sorry. So anyway, you've got a whole program that you just started. You're going to make $47 for each person that pay. And you may say, $47? Wow. You're either going to go, wow, that's a lot of money, or wow, that's cheap. But hey, if you get 2 people to pay you $47, child, that's almost $100. And you ain't really doing a whole lot, because you can create. I wouldn't even create anything until after you finish the challenge and you get people to sign up for it. And then you kind of work it in with them, and then you see what works and what doesn't work. And the next time you present it, guess what? It's $147. And then you get better and better and better. The next time you present it, it's $247. And you work your way out, and you can skip. Maybe the third time you present it, like, oh, this thing is so good. And look at these people that have actually used this to go ahead and create their own challenge. I got 5 people who did this, and they serve as your testimonial. So now you can charge $5.97 or even $9.97. And that span of time just does not have to be long. It could be inside of 3 months. You could be launching this program at $9.97 a person. Come on, I've done it. I have done it. I've taken my knowledge that I have figured out how to do certain things and sold it to people, and they're buying the thing. So why not you? Because remember what I said, what Lamar Tyler said, as a matter of fact. Will wealth leave your hands or come into your hands during this period? It's all up to you. You can control this. So, like I said, create a 5-day challenge. What is it that you want to help people, the problem you want to help people solve in just 5 simple days? And you may say, Carol, the main thing I want to do is, hey, I don't even have a website. Well, I got a bonus for you. So no website, that's okay. You can use Pay Kickstart. If you go to csicorporation.com/Pay Kickstart, it'll show you the program. You get 14 free days off of it. And guess what? This thing will help you do. Accept payments, create upsells. So maybe when you try to when they go to buy that $47 program, you add a 1-hour consult onto that. And for that 1-hour consult, you're going to charge $97 for that. So instead of just $47, now you've made almost $147. And plus, it'll help you manage your billing and accounting all in one fell swoop, one program. Go to csicorporation.com/Pay Kickstart and get started with that. That's if you have a website, or if you even don't have a website, because they'll help you with the landing pages. It's easy to set up. I've done it. It's pretty cool. So now these are ways that you can actually utilize your downtime, get in front of the people that you want to get in front of so that they can start buying from you. And if you want to know 7 client strategies to get people to turn web traffic into web clients, I want you to download csicorporation.com/7-strategies. It'll give you 7 strategies you can use right on your website to get people to become clients. So that's all I have. Let me kind of sum this up really quickly. Remember this quote. I think it's so awesome. Will wealth leave your hands or come into your hands during this time? It is all up to you, and you can do this. So I want you to go through and I want you to audit your social media, get your messaging correct. I want you to update your website, make sure everything works, there are no broken links, everything looks good, and I want you to create a 5-day challenge. But do not do the 5-day challenge until you audit your social media, because you're going to be using your social media to promote it, and you update your website, because you're going to be selling it on your website, and people will be going there to check things out. And if you don't have a website, website. Go ahead and get started with Pay Kickstart. Go to csicorporation.com/Pay Kickstart. You get 14 days free. And I'm telling you, it's not going to take you 5 days. It's only going to take you maybe 1 or 2 days to come up with this challenge. So guess what? You can sign up for this 14-day trial of Pay Kickstart. You can set your challenge up to get paid right through there. And you can finish the challenge and get paid and tell people to go to this link to sign up all in 14 days. So by the time you get ready to pay, you can either drop it or you can move up to the paid program because it starts at $29 a month. That's cheap, right? So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And please, please, please stay safe. Wash your hands. Keep your distance from people. It's supposed to be like 6 feet apart. And just stay up to date. Go to the CDC website and see what's going on. Thank you